Alright guys, today we have more PlayStation news to go over and discuss. We have some really interesting topics we're going to be going over today. So before we dive into it, if you could do me a big favor, be sure to leave the video a like if you enjoy content like this or if you end up finding it informative. It really helps the videos out more than you know. And if you are new here to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. The first topic we're discussing seems to be a leak of a big remake that PlayStation is set to announce this December. We don't know exactly what game it is, but where we're getting this information, it definitely makes it seem like more of a leak rather than a rumor. This is not coming from an insider or something like that. It seems like somebody may have actually said something that they weren't necessarily allowed to say. So let's go over the information. Ava McMahon, an Irish songwriter better known as by her stage name Ava, has revealed she penned a song for a big PlayStation remake that is supposedly going to be announced in December. Speaking with The Lunchbox, McMahon revealed that she had worked on the track for the mystery title with Michael McGlynn. The radio show's host Jeff Harris pressed her for more info, and this is what she said. Yeah, so that actually happened about a year and a half. It was just after the pandemic hit. Michael McGlynn got in touch and just said, listen, we're writing music for a remake of a PlayStation game, and he's done that a lot. He's done a lot of writing for different games that are very well known, but I'm actually not a gamer myself. So anyway, he says, look, it's an Irish language piece that they're looking for. So really what I was involved with was the lyric writing in the Irish language, and his daughter sang on the track, and his wife arranged part of the choral parts, and so did Michael. And he also worked with me on the language side of things, so it was like a family effort. For ages, I wasn't allowed to you don't know what you're writing for. It's all kind of undisclosed because they don't want it to get out. So it's actually going to be announced at Christmas, the name of the game. I've heard it now, and I have confirmed it is a big game. The article that I'm reading from goes on to say, as to what the game actually is, it's anyone's guess at this point. A December reveal would point to the Game Awards or perhaps a return for the PlayStation Experience, the latter of which would be nice to see, as the PlayStation Experience was obviously very enjoyable for PlayStation fans. And so it also says here, it is worth noting that the best is yet to come. The ending theme from Metal Gear Solid is apparently a song that would fit this request. And so this is pretty much what people are doing now. They're seeing this information, they're reading this information, and as you can tell, like, this is not really a rumor, right? Like, this is somebody who is involved with something, and I hope, this individual doesn't get in any type of trouble because they didn't really reveal the most important thing. That it's not like they came out here and said the name of the game. I mean, could you just imagine if they did something like that? Like, a lot of people are looking to Metal Gear Solid, which, it's anybody's guess, as this article states, as to what it is. But could you imagine if she just came out and was like, yeah, it's for this game called Metal Gear Solid? I mean, it would be bad. So she knew not to do that, but I have a feeling that she definitely wasn't allowed, or she shouldn't have said that, hey, it's a remake, a big remake, and it's going to be announced this December. Pretty significant information here. People are trying to figure out which game she could be referring to. What is this big remake? And I've seen some people say that they think it might be something like Xenogears, which, again, anything's possible. Again, a lot of people are looking at Metal Gear Solid. Some people are thinking it might be something completely outside of that. But what we can gather from this, and I think what we can feel somewhat confident in, is that, yeah, there's a big remake that's going to be revealed, and it's going to be a PlayStation title, and it's going to be revealed this December. And so the final thing I want to say in regards to this rumor, or this leak, I should say, is when exactly in December will this be revealed? Will it actually be revealed at the Game Awards? I think that is highly likely. We know that Jeff Keighley likes to get some big reveals that he can, show off at the Game Awards and entice more people to come watch. But we've been talking pretty much all year about a potential return of PlayStation Experience. It's worth noting there was a rumor from a somewhat credible individual on Reddit who claimed that, yeah, Sony is actually planning a PlayStation Experience for this December, and we know that they trademarked PlayStation Experience, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it, but again, we just see kind of these small signs that seem to hint at something, and so there's always the possibility. But To me, this is extremely interesting, and I just can't help but wonder, considering how long these rumors of a Metal Gear Solid remake have been going on for. We heard from VGC that apparently an MGS3 remake is in the works at a Chinese studio, and Bluepoint apparently isn't doing anything involving Metal Gear Solid, if the most recent rumors are to be believed. So now you throw this into the mix, and it adds to it all, right? And it makes it difficult to kind of sort it all out. And so we'll just have to sit tight and wait and see. But at the very least, it sounds like there could be a potentially very exciting announcement in store for PlayStation fans this December. Whether that comes in the form of the Game Awards or PlayStation Experience, we'll find out as we get there. But let me know which game you think this individual could be talking about. Moving on to the next topic, though, I want to focus on some comments that Jim Ryan recently made, because I'm going to be honest, he said some stuff here that gets me kind of excited as a PlayStation 5 owner. So this is reading from PlayStation Universe. The title reads, Sony's Jim Ryan says the pipeline of games coming to PS5 is the strongest we've ever had for any of our consoles. Now, I did release a short clip yesterday of Jim Ryan talking in this recent interview, but I wanted to be sure to highlight this and talk about it because it's just exciting, right? Like, a lot of you listening to this, I know, have a PS5 or are planning to get one, and so it seems that Jim is reiterating that, yeah, we're taking this generation very seriously. He said in this interview that he hopes the PS5 will be the biggest and best, and what I gather from that is that they really do think the PS5 could go on to certainly outsell the PS4 and potentially be their most successful console ever. And Jim Ryan seems to have the basic understanding that the way you achieve that is by, as he says here, having not just a good pipeline of games, not just a strong pipeline of games, but the strongest we've ever seen so far. So speaking during an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO and President Jim Ryan boldly proclaimed that the lineup of PS5 games is by far the strongest the format holder has had for any of its consoles to date. And so this is the quote: "The launch lineup was the best we've ever had, and I'd submit that the best any console platform has ever had. The work we've done since then is excellent, with Returnal and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and MLB The Show 21 for the United States, which is a fine game. The pipeline of games that we have coming is just fantastic. It's by far the strongest that we've ever had for any of our consoles. I can't wait to see these games starting to drop: Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7. And so that's where the quote ends. And so some people will obviously look at this and they'll be like, well, it's just PR speak. This is just what he's going to say. But the thing about it, well, I agree that, yeah, it comes off as a very PR-like statement, like this is what he was told to say, but the thing that I pay attention to is that he's actually not wrong at all, right? What he's actually speaking facts when he says that, and I don't know that this was a PR statement when he says that, I'd say that we've had the strongest console launch and launch lineup of any console or platform ever. I mean, that's a bold claim. And then he talks about games that are coming beyond that, and it just seems that he's reiterating that, look, they're going out there, Sony that is, and striking deals, buying studios, growing their PlayStation studios to a significant degree. They're going to be just, kind of bombarding PlayStation fans and the PlayStation platform and the PS5 specifically with games, high quality games. How could you not be excited for that, right? And this is what I like to hear. I do want to say that because I know that people are going to say, well, what about the other comment where he talks about reaching a wider audience? We are going to talk about that in a separate video and during the podcast for sure. But what I do like about Jim Ryan when he does talk, seemingly, is he's putting all of the focus where it should be, that being on the games, right? Anybody who is a PlayStation fan, I think that they'll tell you that, look, the reason why I'm a PlayStation fan is because of the games, right? And so it gets me excited. It makes me wonder, what is the pipeline of games going to look like beyond Horizon, God of War, and GT7? That's not to downplay those games, because obviously they're going to be colossal, but it really does get you kind of thinking, it's been this strong so far out of the gate. 2022 is looking absolutely stacked. You have to wonder when Sony is going to have another big event. How many other games are they going to have to reveal? What is the next 4 to 5 years of the PlayStation 5 going to look like? and Jim Ryan seems to be extremely confident. So definitely love to hear that. I want to move on to another topic, which is not something we're going to spend too much time on, but I think a lot of people will appreciate this. Santa Monica Studio confirms that God of War Ragnarok will offer full localization in a dozen languages. So reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, Sony Santa Monica has confirmed that God of War Ragnarok will support full localization, voice, and text in 11 languages, 13 if you count European and South American variations. An additional 8 languages will be covered via subtitles. And so I will actually have this article linked down below so you can see for yourself all of the different languages, and there's a lot here. You can tell they're putting a lot of work into this. I think that this is going to make a lot of people happy. The article continues by saying Santa Monica Studio also noted that the languages available to players will depend on the region in which they make their purchase. Not every game SKU will contain support for all of the aforementioned languages, and so you do want to keep that in mind. But there you go, definitely some work being put in to this aspect of God of War Ragnarok. And I want to close out this video by just letting you know there is a rumor going around that Returnal might get a content update. Now, I would be very excited if this is the case because I absolutely loved Returnal and I put over 100 hours into it, got the platinum. It's currently my game of the year. So it says here from PlayStation Universe, Housemarque's game Returnal is a narrative-driven game with a small online aspect, but all things considered, it released as a complete package with no real DLC to be expected, though that's exactly what we could be getting thanks to a curious update internally released for the game. Twitter user PlayStation Size spotted a new update to Returnal standing at 6 gigabytes tall. This could, of course, ultimately not mean anything. It could be something the developers are testing that never saw the light of day. It could just be a big hefty amount of patch fixes that they're putting out here, but there is a chance, as PlayStation Size points out, that this is a sign of new content to come. So there's not too much to go off of here, but it's something that is real. It's happened, getting a random update that's 6 gigabytes in size. That is a large update, and it would be difficult to believe that that would just be for something like some patches and some fixes. It does seem like that would contain some more significant content. And so if you are somebody who is a fan of Returnal and somebody who's maybe, holding out some hope that we could see some DLC, here you go. This is what we have so far. We will have to wait and see if Housemarque ends up announcing that there's going to be some type of content drop that they're going to unlock and everybody will have access to. That would be incredible if they did. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. As I said, be sure to leave it a like if you did. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.